Amy Winehouse group.
Hopefully less
No, he
death.
didn't die.
Hopefully less death. God rest Amy Winehouse's soul. That trash you wore.
I love her though.
Drug overdose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I do love Amy Winehouse, but
Oh, she was fucking fantastic. God damn, like
I thought she died because she just quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
Is that what
She
happened?
was an alcoholic. She quit cold turkey.
oh, okay. Well,
Oh.
it's a long D. And just
well,
keep
no. That's not
Keep
OD. She didn't overdose. She did
She
have
underdosed.
it.
She underdosed.
Underdose.
Yeah.
Underdose.
Which is
That-
fucking
that-
terrible.
Better like
Dose at all.
Now-
That was the problem.
Now I feel sad because she tried to quit.
But you know what's even
Yeah.
worse? Like, how do you get to heaven and be like, you see Kurt Cobain, and shit like that, it's like, so what'd you die from? Didn't take enough shit.
I didn't drink enough.
I don't think Kurt Cobain's in heaven.
Kurt Cobain's definitely in heaven. Because Courtney Love killed.
Everyone clap. 1, 2, 3.
What's heaven?
Just in case.
Yeah, what
lose
is
the
heaven?
sound, we can
No, he believes in
Sound,
whatever the Native Americans
we
believe in.
can match it.
I believe
Time
in
match,
trees
right?
and the rivers.
Yeah.
Damn, you about your production, bro.
We've been doing this for a while.
Oh, okay.
Why?
That's
I am
why.
no sound engineer, but I know a little.
With him or me?
No, my buddy Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, he would probably be like, fuck you.
Okay.
Get to
Cool.
hang out with me.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, exactly.
Hang out. Actually, this whole podcast is gonna be.
Jacob's got a little kennel cough going on. Poor thing.
He's still cool.
Got doggy.
All right, so we're gonna start off with Rippy Dippers.
Rippy David. Oh, yeah, I forgot about those. Fuck.
So, when you get a sauce packet, right, from a restaurant, ketchup, whatever,
Yeah.
tear apart. That's a sauce packet, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ketchup packet, mustard packet,
Whatever
whatever,
it may be.
whatever whatever condiment plus packet is what that is, right?
Yeah.
And then you get the other one; those are dipping cups, right? The ones where you peel them off, and you have the
Yeah, like McDonald's. for your
right.
chicken
Those are
nuggets and shit.
dipping cups, correct?
Yeah.
So we're all that's what they're called, right? Sauce packets and dipping cups,
Yes.
right? Not that hard to say.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
there are rippies and there are dippies.
That's what that
One is a rippy and one is a dippy. So when we went to Chick-fil-A, I said, "Babe, do you want a rippy or a dippy?" Because one is
That sounds kinky.
the Chick-fil-A.
What do you want?
Right now.
The Chick-fil-A
Which is
sauce,
fine.
and all of them come in a cup that you can peel back. I said, I wish that the sauce I like, which is the honey roasted barbecue, would come in a dippy. It is a rippy. And he looked at me and said, what is a rippy and what is a dippy?
I probably would have done the same.
He's overseas for
It's just
forever. He doesn't know.
dippy.
No, but nobody would ever call them a rippy or a dippy.
Yeah, that's a new one. That's a new one.
It's a packet or a dipping cup,
No,
right?
but I gotta ask, like, how did that like
So that's
start? Like, when did you start calling them?
No,
Rippy?
that's her brain.
Yeah, when did you start?
You know what I tell him all the time? Have you ever played Mario Party?
Yeah.
That is my head 24/7.
So you're Rainbow Road.
24/7.
That's Mario Kart.
That's the same generation. dude.
Nintendo, like,
Huh.
I wake up and I'm like,
Mario's
everything has a smiley face on it.
It's true.
Trippy world.
I know. So I've been
Who
calling
was your
him.
room guy, and can I get his number?
Mario.
I've been like this since
Toadstool.
birth.
So
Rippies
that's
and dips.
So you
Like,
blame
I'm
your
not saying
parents.
like fun
Huh?
bits, you
So
know
you
what I
blame your
mean?
parents.
Like it.
Don't
No,
blame him.
no.
I enjoy the way I
packets and cups.
All right.
I was like, hey,
So
this
when
is
did
sauce
you
cup. She's
started
like,
to
yeah.
call them that?
Wait.
since I could remember.
Okay.
On a sidebar though, right? Like
Yeah.
when you're through the drive-through, why does it matter if it's a rippy or a dippy? You're just asking for the sauce.
No, I said I wish that the one I liked came in a dippy. Because if I'm driving and
Oh,
I have a
okay, fair
rippy,
enough,
I need
fair
a dippy. Like,
But if you have a rippy, you just go.
yeah, but sometimes it makes a mess. So you need the little cup. And I
Right.
can put the cup down.
But she keeps calling them cups. She doesn't like. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I see that just kind of mind fucked me there for a second. So it's a cup and a dippy.
Oh, it's a dippy, but I'm just saying, put it down.
So is it a dippy or a sippy?
She should be fucking Australian. That's what Australians do. They shorten everything to like, hey, it's a dippy. And my my sunnies and my shorties or whatever.
And the Vegemite sandwiches.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my Sammys.
My Sammys. But I see, I'll call them Sammys though.
No, there's sandwich.
That's different. That sandwich and Sammy are different.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I want a pulled pork Sammy, I don't want a pulled pork sandwich. I want a pulled pork
So
sandwich.
what is the delineation between a Sammy and a sandwich?
A sandwich is like I just got done like it's noontime. I want a motherfucking sandwich.
So it's
But a Sammy, like that's after maybe like you know you just had some lady time. Like I need a nice little Sammy real
so you're
quick.
just
Like,
hangry.
what?
So if you need a sandwich, you're just hangry.
Exactly. Like, I need my sandwich now. Or like, woman, go in the kitchen and make me a goddamn sandwich.
But they're all sandwiches.
And
They
it's
are,
still
but there's
like
different delineations of sandwiches.
No, they're all
Yeah.
sandwiches. They're all sandwich.
A
They're all a sandwich. Yeah,
Sammy sandwich.
A Sammy is a
Well-
sandwich, and a sandwich is a sandwich.
It's a
Wait, a sandwich? Those are dangerous.
It's a panino.
The panino.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't talking about paninis
Is it
here.
panini?
Paninis.
Okay, so the word panino means sandwich in Italian.
I
So
would've
it makes
figured
no
piano.
sense when people say it like a panino. What? I mean,
Wait,
They're-
that was that Mexican?
please, no. Racist.
Is that por favor?
Yeah, that was Portuguese. Please, can I have a panina? And I'm like, they say panini, which is sandwiches in Italian. So
Multiple.
yeah,
I got you.
so it's like, can I have an Italian sandwich? That sounds better to me.
But see that no, see
Wait.
Italian. You gotta get an
Now
Italian
that's a
sub.
sub.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
see that's a submarine.
No, I know that.
Okay,
But that's,
although-
like, that's like Americans just took it and then they changed
we-
it. It's like pepperoni. Pepperoni in Italian means bell pepper or pepper. So pepperoni is just
But see,
salami.
why do you guys say it weird like that? Why can't you say pepperoni?
Pepperoni.
Okay, well,
No, we say it wrong. They're saying it right.
I'm just saying. So like when someone says pepperoni, like to me, like in my head, it just sounds like, oh, they want. You know what I mean? I have to.
They want little
I've
peppers.
lived here
Bell
forever.
peppers.
It's like, oh, they want bell peppers on their food.
I want the meat pepperoni. Or-
Yeah.
What do you call that? Salami.
Salami. It's just
No,
it's spicy
there's-
salami.
No,
That's
there's a
all it
difference
is.
between pepperoni and salami though.
No, because
And Jenny was like, oh,
but in Italy, pepperoni doesn't exist.
as an Italian American, you should know your deli meats, right?
I know my deli meat.
All right. Please let me.
He's got the
I'm asking you now. Salami and pepperoni, they may be of the same like
Family.
exactly, but they're like three cousins in between.
No, but that's because Americans looked at it and they were like, we should call this pepper. It's pepper salami. So they're like, just call it pepper. It's like when Americans came to the U.S. and they were like, is this India? And they're like, no, this is.
You're Indians.
This is, yeah. And they're like, no, you're Indian. So like, no, we're the Navajo and whatever was there at the time.
The Indian.
They didn't even say Indian, they said Indians.
Oh.
No, that's more like Wild West.
That's Wild West style. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but like,
Savages.
they were just like, no, that's what you want.
Going back to the Italian sub.
Yes.
Sandwich. It should not be bologna.
No.
What is it with bologna? Like people put ham on it and then whatever.
No, you need your
Capicola, your mortadella.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Some regular salami if you'd like.
So that's
Now,
an
see, I gotta
Italian
ask you, are you an
shortcut.
oil or a mayo guy?
No, oil and vinegar. No
Okay,
mayo.
all right,
Oil
all
and
right.
vinegar. No mayo.
I can respect it. See, I'm a mayo guy when it comes to Italian sub.
It's blasphemy.
like
Listen, I'm not Italian. It's
bologna is not bologna.
No,
Like no, so like if you ever go to Italy, if you say bologna, they're gonna be like, what the fuck's bologna?
First off, it's German, so why would you ask for bologna in Italy?
No, it's bologna.
Bologna.
But bologna is a German thing.
I don't know. If I walk into a
But in
deli
Italy,
shop
they say bologna because it's GN.
if I go to a deli shop
I thought
in
bologna
Italy
was
and say, "Can I get some bologna?" From bologna.
Bologna.
Maybe I'm-
If I say that, I'm gonna feel dirty.
You get a black eye after.
No,
You want what?
you can say bologna.
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 No,
Bologna.
I just asked for some Oscar Mayer.
Okay.
Give me that Oscar Mayer. They're like, we don't have.
They're gonna go like this.
We don't have prepackaged plastic and plastic.
They're gonna say something really bad, like, and they're gonna go like this.
Manja, manja.
It's more like this is more like what the fuck, which is the craziest thing because they use it for everything. So Italians are always saying what the fuck as they walk around.
There's bad water in their driveway. Like,
Give me some water.
Like when your kid does something weird, you go. You don't even have to say. It's the most universal hand gesture of all. It's just like someone does something stupid, you go. When someone does something crazy, you go. Ah.
Most universal gesture of all.
Oh yeah, thumbs up.
What have you done?
There's a word in Italian that I really like. Which is the best word of any language, which is if someone asks you, Jacob over here, if someone asks you like something that you don't know, you just say, "Book." No joke.
Wait.
That's the word. B-O. Book. And you hear it all the time. It's like, hey, you want to go over there? Book. Book.
It's not even a word. It just sounds leaking out of your
Sound
face.
effect.
Yeah, it sounds
Right?
like
But it is not-
throwing up. Wait.
Yeah, but they go, book. And they're like, okay, yeah, you don't know what you want.
Why is it that Italians get that emoji in the iPhone, but
They do?
other cultures don't have those emojis?
We can't even get a
I think-
finger.
I know, right? They got rid of it, right?
They're just privileged.
Yeah.
It's like the thing with the war and stuff, and then they were doing sanctions, and then they asked
Well, like
everybody,
too.
you're not allowed to sell high-end items to Russia. So like, you know, Gucci bags and all that stuff, like high-end stuff to Russia. And the Italians like, but we make it, you know? Like, and then they were like, okay, we make it. Listen, I'm Italian, so I'm allowed.
Why is it they give you? You just not with your regular face.
No,
Just be like, oh, the Italian said, oh,
No,
we
he
make it.
has
Not, oh, but but your whole thing, you're like, oh, we make it. Like, like your whole body.
I'll tell you why.
Oh, we make it.
I did it on purpose. You know, because you have to like.
No, Titanic. Leonardo DiCaprio's friend.
Oh yeah. What's his name?
Italian. Marcio?
Marcio, yeah. So yeah, no, but then they were like, but this is what we do, you know, like. So they were like, okay, so there's an exemption. You can still sell your fucking Gucci and Chanel shit. Chanel is probably French, but you can sell your stuff, you know, to Russia. But then they were like, nah, Italians, you better not sell anything. But at first they were like, okay, we can take that out of the sanctions.
It's all right. They'll get it from China.
Exactly.
It's cheaper too.
It's cheaper.
I just ripped the logo off for Italy and just sent it over.
Here's a fake ass bag. Bang. It's like going to the flea market and leave.
You're just saying Lynn?
Yeah.
I've never been to the flea market. in Lynn.
Don't go there.
Why not?
I don't know if it actually exists.
So you ever been to a flea market?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was one in New Hampshire somewhere. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
there
where.
is.
Yeah.
Salem?
New
Yeah.
Hampshire.
Yeah, there's one in
It
London.
was really
There's one
sketchy.
there.
There
They're
was,
all sketchy.
there was a guy selling
London is
knives,
pretty
dude.
smooth.
There was a slightly overweight gentleman selling
Let me
knives.
guess, he was fat and looked like Michael Moore.
There was a table with the red cloth, and there were no knives. And it's like, I'm looking at it, he had pictures. And I'm like, oh, you sell these knives? Yeah. By order. You have to order them. You get them. So I have to give you money and trust that you're going to have this thing? And he's like, yep. I think I'm okay. I'm not going to buy a knife.
You know, dude, that dude's gonna use that knife to just stab you afterwards for the full payment.
No, you would have to pay him full, and then you would come back and get the knife. You know, it's like at the time there was no, I mean, Amazon was just still only selling books, I think. So you couldn't buy a knife.
Like,
on
yeah, can I get your
Amazon.
P.O. box or something, man? So I know where to send it to.
So I went from a slightly overweight guy to a super rich bald guy to buy my knives from
I
him.
guarantee that super rich bald guy sells his knives to the fat dude, and he just fucking reverses the cycle.
Well, back then he was
Super rich ball guy. Talking about Bezos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about at the flea market.
He doesn't sell knives.
Well,
He makes them? What does he do?
No, he doesn't make them. He doesn't like. He just. It's like, oh, you make that product. They want the product. I'm the middleman. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah. He's the greatest middleman in all of history. He has a dick rocket.
he's like that dude. Those dudes
Yeah,
from. Have you ever seen that movie,
Yeah.
War Dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Movie.
That's basically what
Fucking
David
Jordan.
does.
Yeah. When he laughs, it's funny. Just fucking. Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh man.
Those dudes are crazy, man.
Whatever happened to his super yacht? Because they were supposed to demolish like a bridge because
Yeah, in the Netherlands. Or
yeah,
something?
because like they made the super yacht in there and then he tried to leave and they're like, oh,
Yeah, it don't
won't
fit.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. I didn't look into it,
Yeah. So,
but I saw that was like the guy has so much money that they can just like get rid of this
Yeah.
bridge. My yacht,
get rid of the bridge.
my yacht is more. It was worth more money than a small African country. So
Yeah. So like it wasn't. I don't think it was an African country.
That's probably somewhere in Europe, I would think.
But I know all the residents were like, "Oh, we're just gonna egg his super yacht with rotten
I
eggs."
saw that.
That's
And
awesome.
they were like, "We're just gonna line up and egg the shit out of his super yacht."
That's fucking awesome.
It's in the ocean. Like, just wait for a storm. Washed off.
I don't know, man. If he's got a super yacht, just imagine it like that rotten egg leaks into the upholstery.
Oh, yeah, dude, even on the side of the boat, like after
Nah, he changes up 3 years. Every 3 years, he switches up the interior. Every couple, yeah, every year probably.
Find out listed on Amazon,
Gets a
don't
new
worry.
yacht.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, there's an egg smear. Wait a minute.
Bill
Get rid of it.
This yacht's done.
You know,
He gets rid of yachts like he gets rid of
only
girlfriends.
5 million yacht. I'm
He has
looking at 10 million
girlfriends?
now.
They had a wife.
He had a wife that she took
Had a wife.
fucking.
Richest woman in the world.
I forgot exactly how much she donated, but she's still like a shit ton of money.
She
Like
has
50
more
million?
fuck you money than people that have fuck you money.
Because you make money off of donating money, so.
Yeah.
Well, you don't pay taxes when you donate money.
You
I mean,
pay
it's not
less
She
taxes.
donated like a shit ton
Less
of money,
taxes.
more than anyone I've heard of.
It's not like she's gonna
Yeah.
pay taxes on any of that
But she
shit.
still has more than enough to like live
Yeah.
off. She's kind of like, I'm just gonna give 50 million to charity.
No, but
and
it's like a write off.
What
Well,
is an
yeah,
amount
yeah.
of money that if you won would be enough for you to just be like, all right, that's it. I'm no longer working. This is what I need. This is what I 200 million.
$200 million.
That's a lot.
I thought this question was going a long
10 million.
route.
200. Listen, 200.
I think with 10 million, you put it in bonds, you probably make around like 200K a year.
$200 million.
Just split it in a dividend type of stock,
Yeah.
like Coca-Cola, Apple. They pay you 2.5% per quarter. By the end of the year, you're still making about
200K probably.
Listen, $10
$10 million?
million, you can fucking lose easy.
Day.
In a, easy.
So
not if you put in like an S&P 500. You know.
You can put it in S&P, but you still gotta pay the taxes on it. The
Yeah.
interest rate, right? So you gotta do your charitable contributions. There's a lot of things. $10 million is everybody. $10 million is a lot of money,
$10 million.
Not a lot of money.
but it's not. Oh, it's not like the enormous amount of money everybody thinks.
But it's
that's
enough.
still like apartment live, like you
Yeah,
can
it's enough.
No,
live
it
comfortably.
is. It is. But it's not like you asked me like you'd be set for
200 million.
200 million.
That's a lot.
$200 million. I guarantee I'd be set for the rest of my life. Kids
Yeah.
will be set. We're all set. Generation.
Oh, I'm with him, like the same. That
200?
200 mil. 200 mil.
No, I'm gonna be greedy.
I-
1 trillion.
if I wanted to be,
Fuck a Billy, get a trillion.
Trillionaire club.
1,000 million.
but
He's adjusting for inflation. That's
Oh, I got you. Yeah, you smart. He's smart.
if I could have it, like I would go for $1 billion. I would want $1 billion.
I mean, honestly, I'd be happy to get 4 million because if I survive the first week after that and after the amount of drugs, strippers, and whatever else I'm doing, fuck it. Fuck it.
I'd buy it.
You know, it's funny. I was waiting for him to say something like that.
But just like you guys know, you're all coming with me. Like,
Wait, Chris, how much?
I don't know, man.
I think 10. 10 is enough.
I think
10 in bonds, you make around 200K a year. And that should be enough for a small family, you know? If you're not planning to have 4, 5, 6 kids,
Bro, people live on 50K on a small family.
and if you do it on 200, you're good.
Is that really
You
living
kids.
though? They're surviving.
Survive.
Yeah.
They're getting by.
Truth. For Jacob.
you got maybe a few
I
kids?
don't know. $10 million, I'd be all right. I'd be all
Yeah,
right.
I'm not saying you wouldn't.
I mean, you're like the brokest of all the rich people, but, you know, you're,
Again,
you're
I'm
right.
not-
You're not starving.
I'm not saying you would. But you could blow $10 million real quick.
Yeah, no, but I wouldn't.
I wouldn't be buying Maseratis and all that.
But you
No.
can. You can. $10 million. You could blow
Oh,
it
yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
That's one boat.
Couple.
Done.
That's the thing.
Right? One
It's a
boat.
door handle on Jeff Bezos' boat.
A couple supercars, a fucking real nice house, and guess what? A couple years later, now you can't afford the fucking property tax. You can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
$10 million is like,
Thank you.
It goes
So,
quick. Like, you can
that's
buy
what
like
I'm
a
thinking
small
of.
little house and live comfortably for 10 million.
No, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think anybody realizes. Like, okay, do you remember that show? The guy would come in and like, make these houses for these people that were poor.
Homes on homes?
No, he would like send people to Disney
Oh,
World.
Tide Pennington.
Yes. So half of these people that have houses, they lose them within months. They can't afford the taxes.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It's the same house though, so the taxes shouldn't.
No, but you upgraded the house. You have to pay higher taxes.
They're monsters. You can't even do upkeep, and then they lose their house.
Yeah,
So
it's
like
called
same thing.
house
If you have all this money and spend it on these giant items, you have to put upkeep on them. It's gonna
my
make
bad.
them
I was debating.
Don't buy liabilities. That's the number one rule. You get some money, don't buy liabilities. Get some assets.
What I was thinking is like if I had $10 million, I would split it up between bonds, you know, it has to be 500 for the
Indexes.
future, and then indexes, and then just get the dividends out of it. Because I mean,
That's great. What if we go into another recession or we go into another Great Depression?
Buy more.
you hold for the long haul. Your dividends are still coming in.
Listen.
Like companies like Coca-Cola and Bank of America are not. They might go in a recession, but they're not gonna stop paying you. They might lower their
Yes, they
dividends.
absolutely would stop paying you.
All right, let me.
Yes, but that's why you diversify, so you still make it.
Okay,
from
but
other-
if we're in a,
That's why you
if we're in a,
don't put a ton of money in the
if
bank.
we're in like a Great Depression, like a real big recession like that. You remember times when you went to the bank, so then people were trying to take like withdrawals out of the banks. They're like,
we don't have
we
it.
don't
We don't
have
have money.
What the fuck do you think is going to happen to these companies if we get in that big enough of a situation?
Listen, if
They're
you,
gonna be like, oh, you got to pay me the dividends. Oh no, actually, you're negative because we're taking money from you. We're taking money out of
Exactly.
what you owe because our stock is so low.
Well, that's why back in the 1920s, like literally, that's why like older generation, they didn't use banks. You go to like older people's houses, and they have money fucking hidden everywhere.
and that's why they starved.
No, but after they learned from
You
that,
can't.
shit,
Yeah, but you can't. If you hold cash, your cash doesn't never grows. All it does is it loses.
Yeah,
value.
but that's what he's saying. If it goes into a recession, like it's not gonna grow, it's not gonna do anything. It's gonna be fucking gone.
Even if it goes into a recession, not every company is going to have the same problem. People still gotta buy Coca-Cola. People still
How
gotta
can they
buy.
buy it if you have no money?
But you have to understand, we've gone through recessions and companies still thrive.
Okay.
Some companies just thrive
Hold
because
on,
they're
hold on.
built different.
Hold on. I know people keep saying we've gone through a recession.
Not
No.
back in 1920.
No.
That's a
Normal
depression.
people have gone through recession eras. Businesses have counted fucking record profits. That's not a recession, bro. That's not a recession. I hope you know that.
No, the proper definition of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. That is the
That's what I'm saying.
exact definition
So
of a
everybody keeps
recession.
using this word recession. That's not. You can't call it a recession if everything is hurting for like us, but our companies are record-breaking fucking profits. How is that a recession?
But what kind of cataclysmic event do you think would cause a true depression?
What we're in right now.
COVID too.
Well, the coronavirus came around and all we saw was record profits in these
So
companies.
typically they say every
Yeah, record
No,
profits.
they got record profits because they shut down all the small businesses.
Yeah.
So you have a small business, you
That's
know.
what I'm- that's what
they
I'm-
shut us all down.
That's
Four months,
no,
bro.
This is what I'm telling you.
And-
People keep using the word recession. That is not a true recession. That is affecting only certain peoples, right? So if a company, if during a recession, a big company should not say we have fucking record-breaking profits. That is not a fucking recession. That is a transfer of wealth.
Okay.
We haven't got a recession, not yet.
Tell me,
Not yet.
am I wrong?
mean, in the last 2 years, we haven't got one yet.
Am
We
I
got a
wrong?
stock market correction.
Am I
We're supposed
wrong?
to have one in 18 technically.
Am I
Yeah,
wrong? That
well,
is
I
not
don't
a
know.
recession, although it may seem like a recession to normal people.
Yeah.
That was a transfer of fucking wealth. Because while people were losing their jobs, small business owners were losing their fucking businesses, like all this other stuff, the big companies,
Amazon.
record-breaking fucking
Because
profits.
that's the only place you can go to get your shit.
Yep.
Walmart's,
Went from this end to that.
your Home Depot.
So you're saying this is designed?
I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying it's designed. Whether people want to believe it's designed or not, all I'm saying is these big companies know how to play their fucking hands.
Oh yeah.
They know,
And that's
right?
why I would put my $10 million in those companies.
Because anybody, let's be honest,
In
anybody
essence.
who's anybody, the bottom line of a business is to make fucking money.
End of the
You
day.
can cut your competitors out. You can increase your profit margin. You are a successful business, are you not? By the bottom line. Is it ethical? Is it right? Did you squish some people? You fucking
You got
smaller businesses?
those?
Yeah, you absolutely did. Are you bending or breaking some rules? Fucking probably. Are you creating a monopoly? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Arguably, right?
But-
Are you
the
coming out of
bottom line of a business is to make money.
Yep.
At the end
At
of the day,
the end of the day,
that arrow's going.
And that's why you should invest in the stock market, because that gives you the highest chance of actually growing your wealth and being able to work with people that actually know what they're doing.
it does, but it also gives you the highest.
But
chance of
also,
losing
you
your
can
fucking
always
money
lose your money.
real quick.
Yep. So you gotta make sure that you're checking whatever company you're buying and
The
you
safest bet is the index.
index.
It's been since the opening of the stock market ever.
Yeah.
If you can,
I mean,
afford, yeah, but if you can afford the index funds.
Well, the index funds are like $500 a share.
If you can afford the, well, some people can't fucking afford $500 a share.
Hey.
You can buy fractional shares through Robinhood.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Robinhood just because of the way that they shut off the
AMC?
trading flows.
Yeah.
Like if you want to trade, and all of a sudden they get a call and they say, "Oh, we don't want you to trade no more." They just shut it all down, and then you gotta hop on another broker to do that, and it's kind of messed up. But yeah, you can buy fractional shares from Robinhood though. But Stock market is where it's at.
Fractional shares thing.
yeah, but I would not buy companies that have no profits, no earnings.
Listen,
That's
I-
you're gonna lose your money.
I tell everybody all the time. You want to invest in penny stocks? Fucking fine. If
You
you,
can
want to
make
invest,
money.
if you want to invest in penny stocks, fine. Like that's absolutely. I've invested in some penny stocks. Some of them have panned out.
I lost some money.
Not great.
It'd be like the Wolf of Wall Street.
And I've lost some fucking money on some.
Yeah.
But I give money to penny stocks, and I'm not trying to day trade it. I'm not looking at it every fucking day. I buy 75,000, 100,000, like
You
a
like
block,
that?
a brick of shares, and I'm like, okay, I'll check on it in 10 or 15 fucking years, and maybe I made something,
Yep.
or maybe I didn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was fucking $45. Like, whoa, okay.
That's why the index fund is where you go, because you put your money in there and you're,
And you know what?
as the trend shows, and trends are.
But you know
That
what?
they
why
have
I an
only
annuity,
grown.
so I
Buy in
really
what
give
you
two
believe.
fucks.
That's what I buy in what you believe. If you think that product is going to be a life changer, and you run the numbers and it makes sense to you, and that's a good price,
That works for some people, but some people.
You gotta put on a
Some people,
disclaimer. This is not financial advice.
yeah.
No.
I'm not a financial consultant.
You want my-
Please visit your closest bank.
Do you want my best advice? In
Case is the guy with the hand. He's like, listen.
He's our lawyer.
My best advice: anybody playing the stock market, don't play with scared money.
Yep.
If
Yeah,
you can't,
don't make
right away. If you can't fucking lose, you can't afford to lose it.
Don't spend it.
Do not play with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do not, because I hear people, you know, there were some of the guys who did like I made money on GameStop. It's fucking awesome. Great. Fucking
Easy money. Easy money.
Right, it was great. But there were some people who like levied their house on fucking GameStop and AMC. Like, you know, late. Like they didn't jump on the train late and fucking
Yeah.
went from
Yeah.
400 down to 2, and they're like, I lost what, $200 a fucking share. Well, yeah, you traded at an all-time high. Well, I levied my house. Well, you wouldn't go to a fucking casino and levy your house to the casino.
On red.
On a dice roll.
So, I'm saying some people would, but I tell them, I'm like, listen, stocks is basically just legal gambling,
That's all it is.
right? Some people have a system that they works. Some people know some more information about how the game works and how to stack the odds better in their favor with different rules. You, on the other hand, are like a guy who's just walking to the fucking casino for the first time.
Oh my god, what's that game called? Blackjack?
Craps.
All my money.
But then people will do that. They're like, oh, I'm trying to.
How does this work?
What's the name of the thing with the spinning
Roulette.
wheel?
That's my favorite game too.
Like red. It's gonna be red.
But like,
It was red. Now it's gonna be red again.
people were betting their whole like fucking savings, like, and they're like, oh, the Wall Street bets ruined me. It's Reddit. Why are you taking financial advice
I would
from
say that's
people on
a
Reddit?
terrible idea. I wouldn't even do that in the first place.
But that's people were doing it. And they're like, oh, I thought I was catching on the Wall Street bet thing, and then like a bunch of Redditors, like, granted, some of those guys they knew some shit, but most of them are probably playing with money that they straight up tell you. They're like, they will tell you, and they're like, oh, listen, this isn't financial advice. Like, I just feel good about this company, so I'm gonna invest money into that.
Oh yeah.
Like they're like, and I'm holding until the end. That's not good financial. That's like not advice. Like you should,
It's just some guy's
Right.
opinion.
yeah. And you
Oh, it
definitely
is.
shouldn't risk your life savings or your fucking house or anything like that
Eh.
on the advice of some person.
Yeah, but I've seen
It's probably
people
some 13-year-old
risk
kid.
their life savings on a lot less. Like, you know, so people just do. They don't take advice. They
No,
read it on the
you know,
internet,
People want,
and now
it's just like anything else. People want the fast repayment, right?
It's a long time
fucking
game.
10-minute abs, 8-minute abs, 6-minute abs,
Instant
30-second abs.
gratification.
You know, lose weight. You know, here's your workout program. All right, well, now we're working out at 90 minutes. Well, now you can do it 3 times a week. Well, now you can take this fucking pill 4 times a day. Well, now you take this one pill once a day.
Well,
Like, you know,
I know a couple of pills that if you take and you do work out, you can gain some muscle, bro.
But I'm just saying, like,
No, I know what you're saying.
everything is like this instant gratification. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, I have this chance of making big money. Why do you think the Powerball lottery and shit's still there? I mean, I play it,
Oh yeah, same here.
but what?
Oh, yeah.
But why do you think that's?
You'll never
why do
win
think
if you
that's
don't
still a
play.
thing? Why do you think it's still a thing?
I'm probably. I mean,
Everybody wants that fucking.
that easy that one
Right.
thing. I know I'm probably not gonna win, but like I played just for that one option. Like, man, I get that dumb fucking luck that week or something like that.
What if I do? And if I don't?
Oh, it's just
Okay,
like
whatever.
guys that make like a 37 bet parlay and end up with like you never do like a 30 bet parlay, but like, oh yeah, no, I just got everything right. Just made off with like $1 million. Fuck this.
Vegas Dave? You talking about Vegas Dave?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. It's unbelievable what he gambled with. That's inspiration. That guy, like,
That's
did he
what.
put
That,
down?
amazing.
that's what
He
gets
was
me in
making
trouble.
bets before the season started. So his bets, the odds were dumb. So he put down very little money. And then, you know, he got lucky with a couple of teams that he picked for the final, you know, the final championship. And they won. And he went around and collected all his checks. And after that, they banded him.
Yeah, you're not allowed to play again.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? Forget this guy. You out.
DraftKings like never again. Never
Really?
again.
Are they allowed to do that?
Yeah, yeah. And I guess now he doesn't gamble, and now he only works as a gambling consultant.
What? How do you be a gambling consultant?
Yeah,
People probably pay, subscribe to your
People pay.
whatever. Then you go, hey, listen, man, I've
You
gone
got
over
the
this.
chance
Dude,
to
I've gone over the odds. I've gone over this. This is your best over under. This is if you get it now at this spread. This is going to be your payout.
Yeah, you got me in for 20.
Basically, an analyst,
Right.
like a sports analyst. Basically.
Okay.
Oh no, that's a
Those are the
full-time-
kind of people that go to mega churches.
Joel Osteen.
Probably. Right?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying regular churches. I'm
No,
saying
that's-
those mega churches. Those things are nuts.
That-
I was watching a video on it, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm not even mad at those guys. Like, if you are dumb enough to go give them your money, who am I
The
to
church is
say
one of the
don't,
biggest crooks
you know?
around.
Like, we're selling tonight. Tonight, I want to see $1,000 donations. If you think you need to pay your rent, don't worry about it. Just give me a $1,000 donation. God is going to give you 10 times as much as soon as the money hits my account.
Put a down payment on your, what is it? Your mansion in the afterlife. You know.
See, you know what?
Basically.
You know what I never understood as a weird philosophy thing though? Right? Money is the root of all evil. Why do you have to give it to church?
No. The absence of
You're-
money
no,
is the root of all evil.
No, you guys are misquoting. It is the want of money is the root of all evil.
It's okay. See, I've always heard.
I don't believe that.
Money is the root of all.
I think
Like,
the absence
It has
of money is
all,
the root
all
of
it do is
evil.
all it do is basically it goes back to the rule of 7 card. Greed.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Greed. The want for money is the root of all evil.
I see something, blind man. As he
But
said,
sometimes,
It's like people say power corrupts. No, it's absolute power corrupts absolutely. That is the phrase.
that is the phrase.
Like you have to use the whole phrase in its meaning, or don't.
See, I've always just used the one like men in power always want more power. Like as far as like that analogy goes.
Power.
Yeah.
What's the blood is thicker than water one?
Yeah.
I forget. It's the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. That's the
Yes.
that is like the whole phrase. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
But again, to go back on the thing you said earlier, everyone just wants to shorten down, condense it, and make it faster and quicker.
Well, it's just like like I said, it's the
Not all
more-
things are better quick.
Depends on who you talk to.
The man or the woman?
It's just like I said, it's the more, and I think every generation said this. But the older I get, the more I like, dude, slow down, like.
Take it easy, man.
And I get it because when I was young, people tell me all the time, "Hey, slow down, slow down, slow."
Yeah.
Life's gonna pass you by, like, and it's true. But
quick.
and every generation says it, but it just seems like I said, they're in the .com era. Like when we grew up, you got to think the technological advances and the way that everything advanced during a 10-year period was like unfathomable, right? We made more advancements. The world, U.S. more developed country, but the world made more technological advancements in a 10-year period that probably had been done like the 50 or 60 years prior to that. Like technology just, I remember waking up when it was, analog fucking alarm clocks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
Or playing the radio
so
shit.
so from the time that 10 like said
Still have one of those.
from the time of like
eBay.
From the time of like 3rd or 4th grade to like a senior in high school. Think about it. Those like analog shit, this like still cassette players, fucking iPhones, this, that, the other thing.
Listen,
you know what I mean? Like, and it's
How old are
only
you, Chris?
I'm 35.
35?
29.
25?
No, 41.
You are
35.
35?
I'm 28.
You just a
So
baby.
we remember a time,
I'm with you, man.
even Amber remembers a time when there wasn't an internet.
That's what I mean. Like it's
That's
You know,
Thank God we live without the internet, because that made me go outside and enjoy plenty of
Bikes,
activities,
riding
skateboarding.
bikes.
I
Dirt
just had
bike,
this
you know.
conversation with him that I don't know if it's like just seeing kids now or because I like worked in school. I can't stand iPad baby.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
cannot stand. Oh, just give him an iPad. My friend's like, oh, when you have kids, you're just gonna hand them an iPad and shut them up, and you're gonna want to deal with them. I'm like, no, because I see that and it corrupts these
Well, they
kids.
don't
Just
teach.
iPad.
All they watch is product reviews of toys.
No, but
That's
the
not.
problem is
No, there's
that
Minecraft and Roblox. That's what the
It's-
kids are doing these days.
Well, like even in school now, they don't even teach you how to read an analog clock. Like they stopped teaching that shit.
Really?
so
Read the numbers.
listen, you know it's bad when Florida put in a bill, and I'm not talking about the don't teach kids about sexual orientation bill.
Yeah.
oh,
That's
this-
a whole other. But Florida put in a bill like that kids are going to learn basic financing, and it's a requirement.
That's good. That's
They
good.
should.
And I was like, oh, so we're going back to the 4 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic. You like 3 R's: reading,
Yeah.
writing, arithmetic. And I'm like, that's great. Like people need to learn about this shit, right?
Civics.
But right, but how? So everybody's like, oh, Florida. No, that's a good fucking decision.
Dude, I wish in high
You're
school I had
making
a
it-
class that learned teach me
Financial
Ta-
liter-
taxes, dude. Financial literacy and financial is
It's taught in other countries. Why don't we copy and do it here?
the U.S. because the U.S. don't give a fuck.
They want you to be broke. They want you to be in the hamster wheel.
It's kind of
Because
like Ellen, right?
a
Figure it out.
dumb, broke hamster keeps spinning that wheel.
At a cheap rate.
Always spinning.
At a
very cheap rate.
Yeah.
The other thing is like I tell people all the time. Like my brother, I just had a conversation with him because he got a job.
They're TikToking, bro.
You're a TikToker?
No,
I don't have, I don't have any.
I don't
social
have
media.
TikTok.
That's China. I don't use that.
But like, I just had the conversation with my brother because he was telling me, he's like, oh, well, they offered me this, for the position, but he's like, then they took it away and gave me a lower offer. He's like, what do I do? Just take the lower offer? I'm like, no, you fucking negotiate. He's like, what? I'm like, you negotiate. Tell them you're not taking their lower offer. This is your offer. Like, this is what you need at a higher
Counter
rate.
offer.
Yeah. I was like, you counter offer them, and then you let them. I was like, and they may tell you no, and you go, okay, well, then you decide, do you want to take that offer or do you want to walk away?
Yeah.
And it was like,
Be ready to walk away.
yeah, and he was like, what? I'm like,
No, you weren't.
Well,
you negotiate.
Well,
Like,
one thing I've learned a lot, like at least working in the trade and shit like that, like I work with a lot of different companies, and a lot of people, well, especially younger kids, they're job scared. They're afraid to leave that one position and go try to find something else.
They're comfortable. I think that's what it is.
Not even comfortable. They just they don't have the balls to actually be like, I ain't doing that shit. And like, it's not that hard to go out and find something new. It may not be exactly what you want to do at that point in time, but you can go get a job. I can go get a job at Wendy's right fucking now if I need to.
$15 an hour to start.
And that's what I first started making when I first started with the company. I'm
No,
at.
I know. I'm just
But
saying.
like, that's just it. It's not gonna be great, but like, don't be scared to go get whatever you need to get shit done until you can find that one job or that one position that suits you.
Today's Saturday. Yesterday, I celebrated my 20-year anniversary of my company.
No shit. Hey,
20
congratulations,
fucking years, man.
dude.
Congratulations.
So do you get
20 years of your
20
company?
years, dude.
dude? You get a pin
Isn't
on
that a
Listen,
life term?
you guys open a
prison?
company, you hire Case.
company,
Depends.
company man, yeah.
20 years, man.
I know. I
Wow.
can tell you any secrets now. I mean, you're
Yeah, holy shit. I wouldn't expect it.
Dude, come this July, I start my 10th year with mine.
wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I'm fucking leaving them bits.
My company is 6 years old.
Be a baby.
He makes his own hours. So.
True.
Yeah. I don't have a boss, so I have to look in the mirror
Yeah, you do.
Wait, do you have
and yell at myself.
Julie,
No, hold on. I'm getting there. And yell at myself for motivation, but then I also have the bigger
Wait, so like, so do you yell at yourself in the mirror and like go back to your room and like start crying, like you have to give yourself a pep?
boss. Yeah.
It's okay.
No,
buddy.
no,
It's
no. What I
okay.
do is I talk to my coworkers
Jake.
in the mirror.
Jakey?
Jake is my coworker. I gripe to Jake. I have to gripe to Jake, you know.
that why
Jake,
you
he
think
see what he said to me in
that why
front
you
of
think
everybody.
he's just like, I don't want this anymore. I don't feel good.
Take a sick day, Jake.
Jacob's like, what the fuck?
Is like, everybody coughing?
Are you coughing now? Oh shit.
Yeah, I feel like the one thing about being your own boss, you have to hold yourself to a much higher standard because you know when you slip one time, it's all right. When you start slipping like, one after the other, you know, trying to party, trying to do this and that, and not trying to take care.
Well, you gotta be hungry. You gotta be
I
hungry.
think it's because we are creatures of habits. And if you create a habit, it can become part of you. And then if it's not a good habit, it's just a habit and you could continue to do it.
Yeah, but I think that we live in the most powerful time ever because you know you want to improve yourself, you want to do something, you know, you want to fix your house, you want to fix your car, you hop on YouTube, you know, you
No,
find some
no.
people that
I
say,
call
"Oh,
it that.
No, do not watch. This goes out to everyone watching. Do not watch YouTube to fix your own shit because you end up fucking it up more.
There's a certain extent I can see that, you know, only because I'll take, for example, I was actually thinking about this just early today. I was at the gym. I was there for maybe a good 15, 20 minutes already working out. This dude walked in. He started working out in the machine in front of me. And I can see him. He like, I'm sure he didn't know what he was doing. He was trying to do the tricep cable. He was going down, but he was like going all the way up and going all the way down and like this. And like, oh, he's working a couple maybe extension. But he didn't know what the fuck he was doing because as soon as he did like 2 or 3 reps, he stopped. He was looking at his phone for like a good 10 minutes. And then he went back to working out.
Dude, he was texting all the people
And then,
telling him he's working
and then
out.
like, you know, as I'm walking, you know, doing my workout, like that was only time I saw him. But then all of a sudden he's out of the corner of my eye and he's standing against the wall next to a machine and he's just standing there the whole entire time. We left around the same time because he actually parked next to me. And as soon as I got to my truck, I heard a boop. I was like, what the fuck is that? It was a car next to me being unlocked. I looked behind me, it was him.
Yeah.
And I can see like he didn't know what he was doing. I was like, you know what? If he was actually wanting to work out and maybe he's on the phone like YouTubing a workout and he was unsure about it. It's like, yeah, like you said, you know, today's age is like if you really want to do something, really passionate about it, you search on YouTube and try to find it doing it the right way. And if you fuck up, you call a professional.
Yeah,
Like-
but here you're right. But some things you need to know the limits of your skill level.
Yes.
Before you like, so I wouldn't go to YouTube and be like,
No.
hey, how do I replace
Here's the thing.
a panel box?
Before you go
and be
there,
like, oh, I'm an electrician now. Like,
No. Like I said, to a certain
Don't do that.
You gonna die, brother.
Can we do a disclaimer? Don't do that.
but I'm just saying, like you.
to
So
a certain extent, but let me finish. And I take for example what I did. I wanted to learn how to ride a motorcycle the very first time. I watched YouTube, a shit ton of YouTube. Okay, this is how you feather, this is how you apply the brake, this is what everything does mechanically. And then I went to a motorcycle class.
Jake,
And I applied everything I watched on the YouTube onto that motorcycle and it actually fucking worked and I ride like
Smooth.
But see, like, but you actually end up going to a class that
10 years of riding.
Like, bah.
I haven't crashed.
Yeah,
10 years of riding. Okay? So it's like, yeah, to a certain extent, like, no, don't watch YouTube.
but
and
that's
try
what
to
I'm
be
saying. Some people are like, some people are like, oh, I can rip out this wall and replace this all with PEX piping, no problem.
if you have some sort of mechanical
It's a low
background, you
carrier.
might be able to do it. Okay?
You might.
Yes,
might be
you
able
might.
to do it. Yeah.
But the problem is people aren't willing to look themselves in the mirror and go, that's too skilled for me.
I can't.
You have to be level-headed and say that is beyond my reach, and say like, oh, I might need help on this.
How many people do you know, and maybe not do you know, but your opinion of this generation, how many people do you think are level-headed?
That's phenomenal.
Oh, maybe.
I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. So
That's tough, man. I'm the opposite. I think everybody's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I think everybody's dumb.
Do you know what? Do you know
No,
what's
but
crazy?
the thing is that everyone thinks that whatever they're doing is right. Because if they think it was wrong, they wouldn't be doing it in the first place.
Oh, no,
that's
Dude,
okay.
so I'll tell you this story, right? We hired a kid as a laborer. We handed him a shovel, right?
Yeah.
Y'all know how to work a shovel. Even when you got first-handed shovel, you knew what it would
I've
do.
seen it in movies.
I
He
see how
had
it's done.
it backwards and didn't know how to
Check it
fucking
on
stick it
YouTube.
in the ground. He didn't know how to use a fucking shovel. After we asked him,
Wait, what was he doing with a shovel?
we just had to clear out a little hole. That was it. He didn't know how to use a fucking shovel.
Dig?
Yeah, dig. He had it backwards, and he didn't realize he had to step on it. Like, for one, it's backwards, but he didn't know he had to step on it to actually get it in the ground.
Well, dude.
Like,
Well,
Well, you should
One
use
topic,
YouTube.
boy.
people are fucking idiots.
Well,
He's using
there you
YouTube
go.
for other
You
shit.
guys YouTube that one.
Well, you know, I mean, there are
No.
YouTube channels. Like, don't get me wrong, there are like educational for all the shit that's on YouTube. There are some educational stuff. Like, there's one channel called like Dad, How Do I?
Oh yeah, that's
And apparently it's like some it's some older
I've seen
gentleman that like teaches people like how to tie a
to
tie,
tie,
how to do things. It's like he's for like the people who didn't have a father teach them how to shave. Stuff like that. I'm like, hey, kudos to you, man.
I
Kudos-
forgot how to shave, man. Wait.
No, you didn't. You shave your head. But like kudos.
I only remembered halfway up.
You know, kudos to him and kudos to stuff like that, you know. But some of the stuff that I watch on there, they're like, oh, listen, this is how you take a motion detector light, and this is how you get rid of this, and a bypass. No, you know what? That guy might know what he's doing.
But
Well,
you
like-
don't.
But you don't.
Yeah.
that takes
Like,
practice.
like that's not something a normal person should go and be like,
No.
yeah.
I
You
can
know,
do that.
the craziest thing about people to me when it comes to that is people who are usually pretty shit at a task believe themselves to be so much better
Oh, yeah.
at
They
that
think
task
shit.
because they don't have enough knowledge to know that they're shit at it.
But the best part is when you call those people out, they're like, "You don't fucking talk about."
Well, that's what I mean. Like that's what we're talking about. I was like, so people. My biggest problem isn't with YouTube and people learning how to do things on YouTube. It's being honest with themselves and that they don't have the skill or the knowledge to be able to do it. Nobody who's YouTubing anything, I don't think I've heard one person be like, "No, I can't do that." Everyone's like, "Oh yeah." All I ever hear is, "I could probably do that."
Yeah.
No, that's probably the wrong answer.
Yeah, you should not be changing out your fan clutch if you've never done it
If
before.
you're YouTubing something, that means you probably have no idea how to do it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right? That means you probably have no idea. Because if you had some idea,
I YouTube a lot of shit, man.
Yeah.
I don't know much.
No, there's a great quote by Neil deGrasse Tyson where he says something along the line where I don't know exactly what, but it's like you know enough to know how that works, but do you know enough to know how it doesn't work?
Yeah.
And that's where people don't reach up to. Like they don't know enough where it doesn't work. They know enough to get by, but not enough to like this is where it's a hard stop for me. I gotta ask for help.
There's an ego thing with that too, right?
Yes,
But
the ego thing too.
They don't wanna. They don't
Right.
wanna give up.
well, so here's
Everybody has, you know,
here's
I do that sometimes.
So here's like the other thing, right? How many times do so you gotta think? Look at it this way. How many times do we have pieces of technology that people have no idea how it fucking works? It's basically it might as well be magic.
This is magic, right?
But that's what I mean. Like, so if you ask people, like, I have a very analytical mind, right? So if I don't understand how something works, I will research the shit out of it because I have to, like, my brain has to have a basic knowledge
Of how.
of how it works. That's just how I operate. But how many people out there don't like will look at a phone and you could ask them like, hey, listen, just real basic, like if you talk into the phone, how does it get the message to the other person? Well, like if you ask people that, they're like, oh, I'm like, well, you know, it goes from cell phone to the tower to
Binary
the
code.
satellite to you know, other tower to you know whatever.
It's a good point to find like a website.
Right. That's basic, right?
source
There are
is
people.
this?
There are people out there who don't even fucking know that.
But they the way they think is that why do I need to know that for? That's what they probably think. You know what I mean? It's like it works,
There's other smarter people doing it.
right?
Right.
It's like, I know about this. I'm
All right,
worried about this.
so
Yeah.
it's like, no, this is your car. You have a basic inclination about how your car works, right? Right?
Yeah.
Basic inclination.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it doesn't start. Fuel, spark, oxygen, maybe the battery, if I don't have any power,
You
right?
just work down the line.
Right? There are people out there who don't even fucking know that.
Oh yeah.
They just know that when they go to click or they go to pushy the button, hey, nothing happens, so I don't know what's wrong with it.
But it's
Yeah, it
always
also comes back to what he says. You know, it's like I don't need to learn how that. You know what? If it breaks, I just buy a new one.
AAA.
Some people are like that.
AAA.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are actually like that because you know most people that let's say they buy a house, they're not fixing that house. They might go look at a video, and be like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna go hire somebody to do it.
Those are smart people.
Yeah, it's less headache.
But you gotta understand how to, like, if your house starts flooding,
Not
right?
necessarily.
Shut
You need to know how to shut the
You
water.
need to know how to shut the fucking
main.
water off, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
The basic.
People out there won't know. They'll just call and be like, "Oh, there's water leaking."
Yeah.
You try
Oh,
shutting
okay.
it off.
Hey, have you tried to shut it? How do I do that? All right. Well, the fucking water's just gonna keep running. I mean, it's shit like that. Like you gotta know.
There's also a certain level where people are like, you know what? I can just pay someone else to do it for me, so I don't have to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I know.
We're
that.
saying like at least a basic knowledge.
The problem is like
Like condos,
right?
people that live in condos.
Me.
Yeah, that's one also.
So like
That's cool.
my truck, right? My truck. So I just got the oil change and stuff done on it, right? I could have done the oil change. I could have replaced my lower control arm that needed to be replaced.
Yeah.
And I could have rotated tires all by myself. No problem.
But it's the convenience of having.
I know how
it's
to
not
do
the
it.
convenience, it's the time.
No, it's
Oh,
the
no,
tools too.
No.
It's a jack. It's
Okay.
the lift.
But
It's the
the thing is,
I know where you're coming
I could have did it. 100% could have did it. Now I know because I called what was wrong.
You
I was like, hey, it's probably lower control or lower
ball joint.
ball joint,
Yeah.
but it's a control arm. That's a control arm assembly. But
Yeah, same.
I'm like, it's probably lower control arm. Like, it would be my sway bar bushings, but I don't think it's my sway bar bushings. It's lower control arm. I was like, I also need an oil change. But like, I know how to do all that stuff,
Exactly.
right? Now I will pay Halim or pay
Whoever.
my mechanic to do it, right? I know it's going to get done right. It saves me time, but I knew what the problem was prior to bringing it to him.
Just like my truck. Like I know it's my thermostat. I can switch it out. Is that I just don't want to spend the time or just do the work myself. Where it could take me 5-6 hours, where I can just drop it off. If there's a warranty on it, and I don't have to fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
I know exactly what
Unless
to do.
you like to do it, would you rather spend the 5 hours on a Saturday afternoon doing it, or would you rather
See,
spend
like,
that
stuff
time?
like that.
But it has,
I-
but it has nothing to do with wanting to do it or not wanting to do it. It has something to do with like able to be like, oh, this is probably this. It's like I knew it was a ball joint.
Yeah.
I needed to get done sooner rather than later.
Sorry, fucking jumping around.
Versus, it's just a creak, it's just a sound.
But I'm not going
It's
back
okay.
to whether you want to do it or not. But it's the time to do it. It's like, would you want to spend the time doing that? If you love it, great. Or would you spend the money and spend that time doing something else? Because time is something. You don't have.
But that's a separate argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my argument.
Okay.
That's all.
No, some things I would rather pay somebody.
Yeah.
100%.
Like I'm.
But I didn't have the money to pay somebody. So guess what?
You did it
You
yourself.
have to
I
do
put
it.
that bitch up on jack stands. I'm figuring it out.
Spending the Saturday morning
Right.
doing all this shit right now.
I
Right.
do work for the next few days.
Right.
Like even
Now I can fucking go. Hey, you know what? Take it to Halim's. They didn't take care of it. They did good work. I know I can trust them. If I get a loaner, I get to work. Yes.
I'll tell you an example. There was a guy who came in, one of my clients this week, and he was telling me like, so I bought this motorcycle, and my stator died. I was like, oh,
Stator?
cool. So like the alternator.
Stator is what
Yep.
stator. No, it's called
Stator.
stator. It charges the battery.
So-
It all works like the.
And it's like, so you opened it. He's like, I opened it. I YouTubed it, and then I put it in. There was this bushing that had two sides, and I didn't know they were different sides. But I put it in, but I put it in wrong. So I went for a ride, boo, 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 and then it stopped working. I was like, oh shit. So he got it running again, charged the battery, whatever, got it running with his friend, and then he went, and then it really seized. So they took it to the garage, and the guy he didn't want to pay the $1,000 to get it changed. He wanted to do it himself. And it's like the whole inside of the gears got completely fucked. Now I have to change the whole setup.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, bro, you thought you were saving money and watching YouTube to do it?
But again, he doesn't have. I get it. He wanted to save money because who doesn't want to save money? But he needed to understand the limitations of his understanding of what was going
Which
on,
he didn't.
which he didn't, and he still wanted to attempt it. And look what happened.
I hope you learned a lesson.
That's
You
you learned
learned
the hard way now.
But I'm just saying, like even me. So I know about like stators. I know about
I've changed the
Right,
stator
right.
on the motorcycle.
Yeah, I've done
I
it
had.
too. Yeah.
I know. 'cause I-
But there are some like so my old Yamaha. I did the valves, the shimming the valves.
I did mine through
Oh
Google.
fuck that.
I had to do the whole shimming the valve thing. Now I got like the feeler gauge. I had the feeler gauge, and I'm like, I can do this. I'm like, but you know what? I'm like, two things. Number one, it's a pain in the ass. Number two, I don't know enough about to make sure that I know I'm getting the right clearances. You know, I have
With the engines, that's like fucking.
right. I have an idea. I have an idea of how to do it,
But you don't
but
want to
that's
take that
a
chance.
that is a high compression, high performance motor.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blow the motor because I think I know what I'm fucking.
Yeah, I
doing.
wanted to save it like $700 as opposed to
Right.
dropping it off.
Right.
Yeah. I'm exactly right there with you.
$1,000 later for the and some of it is like, oh dude, it's super easy. Yeah, that's fine. You know what?
Yeah.
It got done by them. I know it's running
Like-
fucking fine. I'm
Like, I don't know, all my buddies go across, like, dude, we've made like homemade water plugs to the side of cast iron engines. We've changed up cranks, everything. When it comes to like valves, time, like anything with that, it's like Nah, dude, we ain't doing that. No, send it down to the shop. They'll fucking do everything we need to, and we'll put it back together. But like, yeah, it comes out of that fact. It's like, I ain't taking the risk on blowing the 350. Nope. No.
So yeah, you just got, like I said, it's if more people have that understanding of what what their limitations were,
Hey, Jake.
and, you know, maybe
Sometimes people gotta learn how.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
How it is too.
Live
I've
and-
broken things trying to fix it too.
Live and learn. Learning something.
Huh?
So, yeah, but unfortunately, you don't want to make a $10,000 mistake.
Yeah.
Boy.
That's a big
Or
fucking
worse, create a mistake that 10 years down the line creates that, $10,000 mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't make mistakes. Perfect.
Settle down, Steve.
Wait, what's Steve? What's that Steve?
that's Stefan.
Stefan.
Ah!
That's what I said. Settle down, Steve.
What did I do?
Let it go. Just let it go.
I just like that you're modest. It's you.
Oh. Okay. Like, you know what? Coming here, big dick swinging, all right?
All right.
Just like this.
Your balls clinking?
Oh, yeah, balls.
Who's the movie
You
of the
love
guy?
diabetes too?
Shit.
Clunk, clunk,
Maybe.
that's me. Clunk, clunk.
That happened the first time I died. Horrible accident at the factory.
There's a movie that the guy gets his balls bitten off by a
Teeth?
dog,
Oh, never mind.
and then
I don't
he
know
gets
that.
like he gets little like metal balls, and then when he walks, it
So
goes
they clink.
Dude, that was awesome. It's like, you wearing spurs, sir? Nope, just my
So
balls.
it's like those what do you call them?
Oh, the magnetic one?
yeah,
Yeah.
the thing.
I forget what they're
The little toy.
They teach you about physics. You hit the one ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, one
Do
of
you
those.
think after a while that'll start hurting your sack?
Yeah, of course.
You got metal balls.
Like,
I'm
dude,
pretty sure they
imagine the
use
winter
silicone.
time.
How cold it would get.
Fuck.
Oh, wow.
We just watched Jackass, and I was gonna throw
Oh,
up.
wait, the new one?
The pogo stick one sent
Yeah,
me.
the new one.
Dude, the opening scene with Godzilla is fucking phenomenal.
I haven't watched it. What is it?
No spoil, no spoilers.
That's
I'm
okay.
saying
It's Jackass.
it involves
There's no
Godzilla.
plot.
It took me a second. I was like, is that?
Yeah,
is-
he's-
oh. It took me a minute. I didn't.
I was at my buddy's house doing some work on his front door, and he's like, "Yeah, come watch this." I'm like, oh. He's got a big like 60-inch TV, so it was just there.
She was talking about when
pogo stick.
they were doing
Oh,
the cup
yeah.
challenge. And the guy had the pogo, and he missed and like ripped him open.
Wait, he fucked up his nuts?
He pogo sticked on his nuts, and he ripped it right in half, and they
Dude,
showed it, and
oh.
I thought, like,
Dude,
I
that-
watched.
Oh, you could see his nuts?
Dude, that happened to my
Yeah,
buddy.
no.
I don't even see his balls,
They
but
sh-
That happened to my buddy. He was riding a BMX one day. That's when we're like 13, 14 years old. He fucking landed on his handlebars wrong. So the handlebar went into his sack. He literally got off his bike, watched his sack split open, and watched his ball roll down the fucking hill.
So he ripped it off.
No, I didn't rip it up. Like, his ball was still attached, but like, so I don't know if you ever seen a human testicle, but it's kind of like a big old ribbon wrapped around like in a ball. So that shit will literally unravel.
See, I'm the type of person, like, I don't watch any medical thing. Like, I like watching, like, medical stuff get done before.
What's up, Dexter?
No, this is bad. I'll tell you in a minute. So, like, watching that, I don't know why, but I was like, my skin was crawling. I don't know.
Oh, I can imagine. I don't like when they eat
But-
weird stuff. I'm not a fan.
That's
They're always like drinking beer out of each other's assholes.
Yeah,
like,
they are.
why?
Never drinking a beer out of your buddy's ass?
No!
Never.
That is not on my bucket list. I'm good with that.
Yeah. I don't need to watch it. I don't need to.
Good. Don't invite me to a party. I'm not going.
Hey, kids, want to come to a party?
Lose
with
my
me?
number that day. So gross. Why? It's not even funny.
It's so little funny watching being done.
It's just gross. It's like, why are you drinking beer out of this dude's
okay,
ass?
first off, if you're watching Jackass, you
No.
don't get to judge what's gross and what's not.
I'm
gross.
I know.
You are watching.
No, I get to judge
No,
what's
no, no,
gross.
no, you don't.
I get
No,
to
you
choose.
don't.
I
No, you
can
don't.
fast forward that
No, you
part.
don't. You are watching Jackass. So you need to understand that they are going to push the envelope with everything in it. That's the whole point of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Like,
the last
people have
Jackass I
sent
saw
up in a
was like
porta
8 or
john
10 years ago, and
to
that was high
like
as fuck.
sky high.
It was good. Their movies that they put out are good.
Dude, that brings me back to like my skater days, watching like all the old like CKY videos and like fucking
Oh yeah, he's been doing it way before Jackass for so long.
way back in the day when fucking what's his name, like Bam and all those guys. Like
Yep.
if you ever get to like their old skate videos on like VHS and shit, like
Yeah,
the
I've seen those.
stuff they would
4-1-1.
used to do. Ah,
Yes.
I mean, I feel like such a badass.
When Johnny Knoxville was young and shot himself point blank with a 38.
Yeah. Look.
He was testing a bulletproof vest. Johnny Knoxville, when he was younger, literally had a snub nose 38. Went like this and was like, poof, and shot himself in the chest.
Did he not break any ribs, anything like
It's a
that?
snub nose 38.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
probably.
I mean, it still hurt. I'm not saying it hurts or it doesn't hurt. Like, it's not gonna feel good.
I saw some thing about YouTubers who they got a 50 caliber, you know,
Oh,
pistol,
that's
a
what
Desert Eagle.
She killed her boyfriend.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, it won't go through a phone book. And he held a phone book, and she shot the phone book, went right through his heart, and killed him immediately.
It's
A 50 AE is enough to shoot the intruder in your house and the guy's fridge next door. Okay?
But bro, that's so dumb. That hurts my brain.
But again, ready? I'm not saying Darwin was right, but his theory usually proves itself.
I have the Darwin Awards.
I'm not saying he was correct, but his theory usually proves itself, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe if
If it was a 22, I can kind of
maybe
understand. But...
if there has to be a label on something telling you not to stick your leg in a wood chipper,
Yeah.
Oh, there's a label?
maybe you don't get to have a wood chipper. Like,
Maybe
you
you
know what I
shouldn't
mean?
buy a wood chipper.
Well, that's what I mean. And if you do, and you don't understand that the swirly blades in there that grind stumps and everything else in the wood chips, and you try to put your
Fleshy foot.
foot or your
Push the
right or
in there.
whatever, maybe you deserve what fucking happens. And then,
Like, my.
and then, furthermore, you shouldn't be allowed to sue the fucking company that made that wood chipper because you stuck whatever thing in that wood chipper.
It's like the saying I always say it goes: you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
So I tell my Joes, if you wouldn't stick your dick in it, don't stick your hands in it. We work with heavy equipment. I'm like, if you wouldn't put your dick in it, don't put your hands
I would not do well there.
in it. Or you might do super well. I don't know.
Lots of grease fitting.
Listen, it would be really hard to put your dick in a wood chipper. You would have to go all the
Don't
way
say
in.
that. You might-
Challenge
Disclaimer, don't be
wait.
trying that at home.
You guys have one for twigs? I need one for twigs, please.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that. Like, hey, maybe don't stick your hand in the
Well, now-
garbage disposal in the sink to get that ring.
It's like eating
Exactly.
Tide Pods, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like eating Tide Pods.
I don't even understand how that went
Or
on.
don't
but-
drink chlorine or something like that.
Oh,
Clorox.
Clorox, yeah.
Yeah.
Chlorine, yeah,
What the
same
fuck?
thing.
Same thing. It's something more powerful. No.
Like I said, it's just. I mean, I know I was dumb when I grew up,
Yeah.
Not that dumb.
but I wouldn't have drank bleach.
No, no.
Right?
No.
I knew about push sticks when using a bandsaw.
Yeah, yep. I mean, I don't use them anyway, but I get.
I've never used a fan.
But if you cut your fucking finger off, you're
I
not gonna,
deserve to.
you're not gonna sue the bandsaw maker,
No, I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot.
which
God
then
damn it.
which then now has to make a new bandsaw because of your fucking
Okay.
litigation.
Yeah.
So what is the dumbest thing you guys have done that nothing
no.
bad happened,
No.
but nothing bad happened?
You all leave.
Like,
go back.
Yeah, no.
No, okay. So what is a dumb thing you did?
Wait,
Nothing
wait,
bad happened,
wait.
but after you were like,
Wait, from which era of my life?
doesn't matter. Just one example.
Play this
All
game.
right, so I got one. So y'all been to the house,
I'm gonna go smoke.
right? So you know the big fire pit that's there, right? The woods behind it used to have pallets stacked up about 20 high, 20, 25 high, and a rope up from the tree. We would play this game called Will It Stick. We took a 3-foot long hatchet, we would stand about 10 to 15 feet back, and we would just fuck it at this tree. And if you were the one that unfortunately had to lose at this game by not getting it stick enough times, you'd have to climb to the top of the pallet while we're feeding the fire pallets, take the rope, and see how long you can swing over without being a bitch and letting go.
This just looked like redneck fun.
Well, exactly. But it's like, you look back and like, wow, I'm surprised the ball hair didn't burn off. Fuck, I'm surprised I didn't get burned at all. Okay.
If it did, were you old enough to have ball hair?
I'll tell you what I did.
Listen.
I mean, it was like,
I bought it from the kid down the road, okay? I had it.
My old truck was making noise. You know the squeaky noise?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you stuck your hand in the engine while
So I put my hand in the engine to put
Handle wax?
yeah, to
Yeah.
put candle wax
While
in
it
it. But while it was running,
it was running.
But
I yelled at this guy.
all right. So on a sidebar,
Even I don't need to do
but on a
that.
sidebar though, like coming from like a mechanically inclined standpoint, like where we used to do this shit a lot. That's when you want to do it while your engine's running. But
no,
like,
I understand.
all if they keep your hand away from the clutch fan.
No.
I
You know
got
what
hit
his
by
hand
the
was?
clutch fan.
Exactly.
Wait,
I got hit by the
You don't
clutch.
go towards a big spinning thing. You go up to the side.
No, but I went like this. I went like this, and then the clutch fan just touched me, and I was like, "That's it. I am an
I'm
idiot.
done.
I am an idiot.
Lucky, bro.
This is over. I will never do this again. I'll let this
I'm an
fucking
idiot.
truck catch on fire. I will never stick my hand in it ever again." That is so dumb.
This guy.
It could have fucking taken my thumb off, man. I need that
It would have
shit.
taken your
more.
hand.
Yeah. It
I
probably
it just touched my thumb a little.
Because you bear like, but like if you were just like a set like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
How many horsepower is that engine?
It was a V8.
Yeah, it's gonna do some damage.
Damn. I think about it to this day, and I go,
yeah, but then you could have put in one of those cool tattoo artists with one hand.
still though. Like I think about it, and I'm like, why am I so fucking dumb?
I mean, I've done a lot of dumb shit.
No, I can't think of anything that I came like close call.
Oh, so here's another one, right? So actually, Haverhill, where there's this little wheeling spot we used to go in the wintertime, right next to the power lines. So we dug a trench with our buddy's Jeep that we were trying to find a gas line. So we made about a 10-foot hole with our Jeep with our tires to find it. But anywho, so there was this frozen lake we all used to go on and have fires on. And we would use gas to start our fires. So we didn't realize the gas can was real leaky like. So we take the gas can out of the Jeep, we drag it over to the fire, we start the fire, we drag it back and put it underneath the Jeep. We light the fire, we didn't realize the leaking gas. There was a fire underneath the snow going directly towards the Jeep and the open can of gas. So us being dumb that we were, we started smashing the ice, collapsing the pond in on ourselves, trying to save the Jeep from catching on fire.
Did you save the Jeep?
Oh no, the Jeep was fine. We got another only way out. But it was cold as fuck.
Crazy.
But that's like
good on
another
the beer. Give me
stupid piece of shit.
Thank you.
What else? Oh, so here's another one. All right, so here's another dumb one. So me and my dad back when we were kids, like real small, like maybe like 10, 12 years old. We got bored one day and me and my brother were shooting a BB gun out in the backyard. And he's like, Dad was drunk as fuck. He's like, fuck that, let me go grab something. So this man grabs a pair of channel locks, a whole bunch of 22 hollow points we had, pair of channel locks, 20-ounce framing hammer, and we're just boom, shooting off 22 rounds with a pair of channel locks.
oh, ram sets?
Yeah, no, 22s.
Oh, 22s.
Like, real and then we tried the sludge shotgun rounds. That did not go so well.
I can imagine.
So I'll tell you, this is like one of the things that won't get me indicted or isn't a federal crime. Now, like, you know what I mean? Back then it was just kids being fucking kids, but now.
Yeah.
Anyways, so when we were little, we used to make bazookas out of PVC pipes.
Oh yeah.
Potato cannon?
Well, this is up from the spud gun.
Oh.
So- Remember bottle rockets?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you would cut the fucking thing that sticks in the ground off.
Yep.
Right, you know, using a pair of fucking tin snips or whatever.
Yeah, just fucking.
Yeah, so you'd have the fuse, and so we would make these PVC cans. So you make just long enough. You glue little handles on like a bazooka and a cap on the back.
Oh no, just we put
And
right
you
over
would-
the shoulder.
So we would go around the woods and we'd go around in teams, right? So we were playing war.
Like M80 fights.
We'd play war. So we go around teams. So one guy had the fucking bazooka and the other guy had all the rounds. So we'd go in the woods and then you would see each other and the dude would light it, jam it in the bazooka, and you go, and you would shoot them at each other as fucking fast as you could, and they would blow up next to your fucking head, like sear your fucking jersey,
Oh,
like
yeah.
oh, it was like we could have lost all of our fucking hearing, eyes, everything.
Oh, dude, we used to have like M80 fights and shit like that. My buddy Rory's house, they had canisters. One was oxygen, one was acetylene. So we used to take 2-gallon bottles of empty soda, fill them up with mostly oxygen, and just go fucking light them off.
Crazy.
But But that's what happens. We're kids in the woods.
When you grow up in the woods, you start with sticks and then you make bazookas.
Exactly.
Kids are
That
much
makes-
safer these days now, huh?
Yeah,
Fucking
but that's why
salads.
everybody's a baby. Too soft.
You know what? There was
I'm not changing.
one story
each other.
that me and my friends used to skate. We used to skate a lot, and there was a Nike missile base in Randolph that got shut down, and so me and my boys would go in there and find abandoned warehouses and clear it out to create a
Yeah,
space spot,
skate 'em,
you
yeah.
know? And then one of my buddies, were venturing off or whatever, and they found a tunnel that went underground, and then found a ladder that went even more underground. So for some reason they were like, "Oh, let's check it out." You know what I mean? And then so all of us, the whole crew, went down there. We went all the way through the tunnels and stuff, and we finally reached an area where it's all filled up with sand. So like you basically couldn't get through it. And I was like, that shit was fucking like really bad. Like there was like things like falling from the ceiling, like cracked concrete. It was like dangerous to be in there. If something happened, we would have been done. Like no one would have found us. And
So it wouldn't have been like those kids in Thailand. It would have been just bad.
yeah, I think it would have been bad.
Was that South America?
What's that?
Was that South America?
No, in Thailand, the kids got
Thailand?
stuck in the
South
cave.
America?
Oh, okay.
Oh, and
That's
then
a
we couldn't get
diamond.
out at all, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's terrible.
That was bad.
Yeah, but that's one of the stupid stories that I can actually talk about.
Is that what Asian kids do? They go into caves and stuff.
I was like the only Asian at that time in that
Kids in the tunnel.
So yeah, so there weren't too many Asian people, but yeah, there's a bunch of like it's just all different types of people. There's Spanish, black, white. All of us skated. We loved it. We just want to go out, have a good time, film.
Yeah, those
That's the
homies
main
right
thing, the film. And everyone's fighting over, landing tricks. Like, dude, you didn't land it within 5 tries. Like, fuck this. I'm not recording no more. You know what I mean?
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Tapes were expensive back then.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you guys have mini DV tapes at the
Of
time?
course.
Yeah.
You set it up with the VCR so you can edit your videos on the
Yeah,
VCR.
yeah.
Add the music. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's with the aux cable. Yep. Yeah, we was doing all that. Was it linear editing? Yeah.
That's dope. I remember I used to record like shows on TV on the VCR.
Hell
just to
yeah.
watch it later.
You watch it later and somebody record it over, you'd be pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Why do I see mine?
Dad
Oh,
would go-
oh my god!
we would get like the 2 VCR systems, so like he rent a video and if
Oh, yeah.
it's a good one,
Fucking
Oh,
he
yeah,
recorded over.
Everyone did that. Everyone did that. All the Asian video stores, all bootleg. All bootleg cassette tapes.
Right?
Nobody cared. And,
Top Gun, handwritten.
and like,
$5 night.
You can draw a little airplane.
once you figured out that because remember they had the anti pride, like you couldn't record off of it.
Yeah.
It had that little black tab broken off.
breaking off.
Yeah, you the broken off. I forget. You taped up electric. You're like, oh, that electrical tape. Fucking now we can record off it. Let's go, buddy.
Crazy.
Yeah, man, it's so funny. Black
Yeah.
boxes. Fucking everybody.
Boxes.
Everybody always figures out how to get rid of that shit.
It's crazy how like my first DVD player was a PS2.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it was mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also my.
Yeah, I
It was
think
just
everyone.
great value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My first Blu-ray player was PS3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
So it's like,
Was it 360 Blu-ray player?
No.
no,
They used HD video.
That's what. Yeah. That's what.
But the PS3.
PS4 was probably my first Blu-ray player then.
Yeah. PS4.
Now we got the PS5.
Is there?
So does everyone have a PS5?
You will eventually.
I don't have one either.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm on the computer rig.
I got that Xbox, baby.
Yeah, well now the PS5 is getting Spartacus or whatever, whatever
New PS
to rival the Game
subscription.
Pass. Yeah,
No,
they're switching their Game Pass, so it's no longer going to be PS Plus and PS Now. It's going to be all in one. So there's 3 different tiers.
Oh shit.
like
Yeah.
So-
bronze, super gold, like Xbox is.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna get a bunch of free games then?
Yeah, so you can so basically, you know, I used to have PS Now where you could play like all PS2 games, PS3, like so now based on what tier you pick, there's gonna be like PS1 games, 2 games, PS3 games built into your subscription.
I allegedly have a bunch of those emulators on my computer
It's because
and I have about a few thousand.
because it's because you have the original games, obviously.
Yeah,
Of course.
I owned them, of course.
Of course.
You own them.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you
I do.
own them. Yes.
Your basement's filled.
I have a Switch on my computer emulator, but I own every game that I have on the Switch.
You own
So
all the
do you
games
have-
emulators for it.
Do you have the actual controllers to
No, I
Or-
don't. I have a Switch at home, but
uh,
I don't even. I have it on my computer, but I haven't played it forever.
Dude, you want to hear the game that I just downloaded? I'm excited about Lego Star Wars Skywalker.
Oh, the Skywalker
Oh,
series.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
That's tomorrow.
Between that and Elden Ring.
I saw something on Reddit today that if you stay still with Anakin, his lightsaber when he goes comes out red and he goes and he shakes it and then it turns blue. Yeah, kind of foreshadowing.
So they made it in that game so you couldn't kill children.
Ah,
So listen, they're not. So a bunch of people found out they're not actually invincible.
oh
You
really?
just can't hurt them by attacking them. So they were doing is
Just
attack.
to push him off.
They would
cliffs.
attack them and push them off cliffs to kill them.
It's funny.
As
People are evil.
We'll find ways.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like on Grand Theft Auto, there's only adults everywhere. Like in Skyrim, you can't kill children unless you put a mod in your computer, and then
Yeah.
you can kill children. Because the children in Skyrim are really annoying. I'm not just saying you go kill children. I'm just saying they're really
But I'm gonna
annoying.
say it's better to kill children in a video game than real life.
Oh, of course.
So I mean,
Still pretty fucked up, but
but though it's a virtual child.
I don't know. You just killed the
Just
child in the Matrix, so.
Yeah.
The cake is a lie.
are we in the Matrix?
Yes, we are.
I think we are.
You think we're in the simulation?
We are. You know
Probably.
what? You know what? You ever get that feeling when you're driving? You're driving, but you kind of space out, and all of a sudden you realize, like, oh fuck, I'm driving. That's the loading screen.
Oh, okay.
That you're just
That's
buffering. You're buffering through.
I don't know, man. I got
Yeah,
to feel like right?
Why do you think on planes, right? You just see sky. You can't see anything in detail until you land.
Oh,
Again.
so it's loading. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't load far away things. Not with the new Unreal Engine 5 though. I think it's like better.
Yeah,
haven't gotten that
I
yet.
showed you Cyberpunk.
Yeah, dude, that game
On
looks
PS5 looks
clean now.
fucking clean.
I was playing.
It's much better. Plays better.
Oh yeah, that'll be the next thing I go into after Red Dead 2.
Oh god.
No, I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West right now.
Did you get a digital one? Or did you get the disc?
I got the disc.
Cool. When you're done with it, give me the disc.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay for it.
It's awesome, dude.
You know, I have a question for you. I see you have a Star Wars shirt on. Why do you like Star Wars?
Do you not see all the?
I know.
No, I see it. I see it. But, you know, since he's wearing the shirt, you know, we don't talk about it.
Come
I
on.
think so. I used to be a much bigger fan.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I grew up with it. You know, it was the first science fiction that seemed cool to me. That it was like, and then you see Darth Vader, and then he was like, with the voice, and he's half robot, half person, cyborg, whatever. And he's just like, he walks in the room, everybody fucking pisses themselves. You know, and that was cool to me.
Yeah. You know, let me
Even-
ask you this. Like, do you think Star Wars is a love story?
The Star Wars has the elements of a
Right? Because Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader trying to save his wife.
Padme.
Yeah, you know, so like he's trying to.
Well, you know, I'm kind of like,
Because if he didn't love her, he would never have became
no.
Darth Vader.
Well, that's why the Jedi are not allowed to have relationships because of that. Because
No, they're not. It's not that-
love can
hold on.
create.
It's not that they're not allowed to have a relationships. They're not allowed to have attachments.
Yeah.
Difference.
Yes, but
Different.
a relationship
So
is an
hookers.
attachment.
So Jedi can have hookers, no problem.
Yeah, but that's just sex. That's not a relationship.
Well, they can't have attachments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it can cause you to grieve,
Yes.
it can cause you to hate, and
Right.
hate can cause you to
Hate
turn
causes
to the
grieving.
dark side.
And that's why I like Star Wars. Because just because of what you just said right there. You know, it's just very small details, but if you think about it, it creates.
It was other than Jar Jar Binks, it was fantastic. And other than the new movies, it's
You mean Jar Jar Binks, the ultimate Sith Lord?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's pretty athletic.
So I heard that and it might be a rumor, and God, I hope it's true, that George Lucas is saying that he wants to take the new ones, make them non-canon,
Oh, I'd love that.
and do them again.
I'd have to erase
Because I know, again,
title from the wall.
it might be rumors. I might have to like really look into it, but I know that he wasn't very happy with the way.
I mean,
Star
who
Wars-
is? You know, I mean,
Did-
other
Disney
other than
does-
Rogue
yeah.
One, all the new movies are
Rogue
pretty
One's-
shit.
Rogue One was good. So Solo, I thought was a good attempt.
Yes.
A good attempt.
It's not a bad movie
a
though.
good attempt. My problem was, and the actor, from the beginning of the movie to the end, you could see how one-dimensional and nervous he was at the beginning of the movie, and towards the end of the movie, he kind of became like Han Solo, and that wasn't like a whole like, oh, this is the character development. No, I think that was him as an actor,
Like finding.
like starting to get comfortable with the role.
Yeah.
There's like small little things that you notice with him from the beginning to the end, and you're like, okay, you're getting a little, you're getting
Yeah,
better.
that bravado, that confidence.
You're
in
getting
him.
better, but I don't think he was. It was a good attempt. I think it would have been a much better movie had they picked a better, more suitable actor to play Han Solo.
Yeah,
And I understand that guy was a rookie actor in the whole scheme of acting.
Yeah.
It's a big role to play,
Well, you gotta try to emulate Harrison motherfucking Ford.
and it's like and all the lore,
Jones, bro.
all the lore surrounding Han Solo.
I think there's a new Indiana
He's
Jones
one of the
movie
most
coming out.
beloved characters. What?
Dude, do you
The
know
new
how?
Indiana Jones movie.
You know
Yeah,
how
they are
Han
making
Solo-
a new
or not
Indiana
Han Solo,
Jones
but Harrison Ford got into acting.
How?
So like he went to like I watched this guy at he's called Mr. Ball. He does all these like little like
Yeah.
videos and shit like that. But like he did one on him. So like he went to Hollywood, wanted to be an actor. Pretty much told, "Fuck off, you're no good." So he became a carpenter for a couple years, right? So his buddy told him about this acting gig. Went to it, and you know what the acting gig was? Star Wars. And
Oh.
said, you are perfect.
I've never listened to that story. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're the scruffy nerf herder that I am looking for.
Yeah, you fit this role. Like, where have you been my entire life? And then his casting agent that told him to pretty much go fuck himself was there at that audition and got to see him be like, "What's up, bitches?"
Sucking his dick. Sucking a Han
Damn, that's
Solo.
a pretty epic ass like story.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
think about it. It's like, oh fuck this, I'm not
He
gonna
literally
give
became
up
a
my
handyman
dreams.
in Hollywood.
And then go to one thing and all of a sudden you're a superstar.
Goddamn Harrison Ford. That man has crashed too many planes and survived.
Right? He's in inner Howard Hughes.
I love Harry. I love Harrison.
Oh, dude, he's an American hero. He was the president.
Oh, yeah.
Many times. How many times did he have?
Air Force One.
Give me back my family.
Speaking of actors I love, again, I had to say, Keanu Reeves. God damn it, I love that
Oh,
man.
dude,
I love that man.
he's like the perfect human being ever.
He really is.
Dude, did you see the video with him playing with puppies?
No, what?
No!
He played with puppies?
So, dude, bring it up on YouTube. You have to watch this.
Oh god.
So they had a Q and
too excited about
they had a Q&A with him, and they were asking him questions, and they released puppet. He's like, he instantly forgot about the Q&A. He's like, oh my god, puppies, and I was like, that's why I love this man.
He makes motorcycles, man.
It
Oh,
makes
yeah, he has a motorcycle company.
company. Loves motorcycles. You know, like I said, where's JC Petty? Like doesn't
Dude, he
buy.
takes the subway.
Yeah,
He takes the fucking
Yeah.
subway.
He stands in line at the club.
he's just
Puppies.
Sad.
Did you type in
movie.
Keanu Reeves and puppies?
Yeah. Oh god, he looks so happy.
And he like literally sits on the ground with them, and he's like, puppies.
Can I borrow your lighter?
Yeah.
Save me the trip.
By the way, it's not YouTube or an ad that you're listening to. No.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop the podcast. And...
Are we doing quarter of the day?
What of the day?
No, we don't have to do quarter of the day.
Me.
Well, you
We
said
don't
it.
have to do quarter of the day. This is an informal podcast.
Informal.
This is an informal podcast.
Informer. I
I don't know why I thought about that.